So, most creators do not need more ideas. They need better ways to actually distribute the ideas that they already worked so hard to create. So, in phase one of my AI content repurposing system, one YouTube video transcript can now move through what I use as make.com workflow automation and become 8 organized content assets. So, today in this video, I'm going to show you what those assets are and how the system will then create them, where the human review still belongs, where it comes into place, and how businesses can use one video to support their entire publishing week. Now guys, before I get any further into this video, if you create long form content but you don't have a repurposing system across platforms, I actually made a free guide, a free content repurposing guide for you. So it will show you how one long form content like podcast, video, webinar, training can actually turn into multiple content assets without starting from a blank page every time. So be sure to grab the free guide down below. And if you want help building a workflow like this for your business, book a strategy call with me today. So, a coach spends hours planning, recording, publishing a webinar or a YouTube video. After launch day, the best lessons often remain trapped inside that recording. But being able to then turn that material into LinkedIn posts, newsletters, short videos, threads, hooks, quote, graphics requires someone to review the transcript, find angles, and then rewrite for each platform, and then go on to organize drafts and preserve the brand voice. So that is all repetitive work which then creates a bottleneck. The purpose of content automation is not to manufacture empty posts, it's actually to reduce the production friction between an expert having a useful idea and the right audience seeing what the idea in the format, the right audience seeing that idea in the format or platform that they prefer. All right, so I have 8 assets that my content repurposing workflow produces. And the first one is LinkedIn story posts. So it's able to turn one lesson into a personal narrative style post. And then there is the LinkedIn framework post, which then organizes the teaching into practical set of steps. And then we have the LinkedIn continuing, which develops the strongest defensible opinion in the source. And then we have the X threads, which then breaks the central idea into a concise sequence. Then there is the newsletter section, which then has it adds subject lines, teaches copy, and has one call to action within the thread. And then there is short video scripts, which then creates a hook, a spoken beat, on-screen text, and a call to action. And seventh asset is then the 5 hooks. So it provides multiple ways to package the same underlining idea. And then there is the 3 quote line, which extracts short statements for graphic supporting posts. Right, so now I'm going to walk you through this workflow. starting with the video queue. So down here I made a video queue, and this is all within the Google Sheets for the content repurposing engine. So this is like the meat and the potatoes of the workflow. Okay, so this job, as you can see up here with row 7, it will include things like the channel ID, the client name, the YouTube URL, video title, the folder URL, the production doc URL, along with the transcript. So, oh, and along with the statuses. So the statuses are pretty cool. It will let me know if this row is new, processing, ready for ChatGPT, complete, error, test, and ready for that human review. So the channel ID connects that job to the correct video voice. Now, as you can see here, I have a separate tab for the channel profile, and the channel ID is the same within the video queue. As you can see right here, we have the channel ID within the video queue, and it will then pull the channel ID into the channel profile for the channel ID, the appropriate channel ID, which will then be able to connect the job to the correct voice profile, target audience, default offer, default call to action, any banded phrases, and special instructions. So make.com, and let me quickly log in. One second. This is make.com. It's a pretty cool automation, and I've been using it for the past week or so. Fell in love with how it works. So let me just quickly come in here and show y'all. Now, this is, as you can see, the first automation that I ever made, and it is a repurposing content automation. So pretty cool. All right, so let's get in here, exit out of that. Now, like I said, make.com creates a production folder. So like, for example, right here, it's able to create a production folder. Now you might be wondering, what the heck is that? So basically, this is the production folder that it only creates when it's actually done running. So for example, right here, ready for review, we have the production folder right here, right? So, we have the production folder right here. So it's able to create a production folder within make.com, which then also loads the client's profile, and then it goes on to retrieve the active prompt, which I have right here, and then from there it is able to also get the prompt register. So I know that may not make no sense, but down here we have the prompt register, and this is really catered towards each document ID. So let me further explain how this works. So let's say, for example, we are looking to create the document. Well, let's say, for example, we're looking to make a repurposing content pack out of the transcript. Well, first make.com needs to actually know that there is a new row within the video queue. So anytime there's a new row, I will put new and then put the channel ID, client name, along with the URL, the video title, and the transcript. From there, I'm able to click run once, and it will pretty much run this whole entire automation. The first step in the automation, it will make me a production or in production folder, and within that in production folder, it will actually, let's see, a recent one that I made, it will actually be able to then make me the repurposing content that I need, of course using the prompt, the master prompt, which I'll show you in a bit. But within that master prompt, I'm able to put the transcript in OpenAI along with the master prompt, and it runs it in make.com, and then it essentially makes this content repurposing pack. All right, pretty cool. this is the master prompt that I put inside of my OpenAI automation. So as you can see, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the sixth step within my workflow. And it pretty much takes this Google document, which is the master prompt, and it takes that along with valuable source data information like the client's name, YouTube URL, video title, transcript, etc., etc. It'll take all that information along with the channel profile, and then it will begin to actually make the content that I need, the content pack that I need. So here's an example. As you can see, the model that I'm using is GPT-5, just a mini, to preserve the credit. And this is API credit ran. And then the type of prompt is text prompt. And then as you can see here, we have the source data, client information, all the important information that we need. And this is the prompt that I use. So basically that is enough information to produce a good bit of content that we can reuse, or that's reusable content that we can post within a week. So that's how I'm essentially able to turn one video. So I think this was like a 35-minute video, right? So taking this long transcript and repurposing that transcript using a platform, a really good AI automation in order to do that. So let's quickly run through how this would work. Okay. So I'm ready to make some new content. So basically I come right here, and so I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to honestly drag down this row and just copy and paste it right here. I'm going to set the new status to new, and I'm also going to redrag the video title down so that way it says repurposing test 16. And I'm going to go ahead and delete the folder and the Google Doc, but I am going to and then the prompt key and the prompt version, but I'm going to keep the transcript because this is just for testing purposes. I just want you to see how this runs. So all right, so this is already in the Google Sheet. I just put it in. And so now I'm actually going to run the workflow automation. So what should happen after we run this? It should look a lot like row 18. It should go from the status new to ready for review. And then it should also add the content folder URL. So then I can just click in there and get to the content very easily. It should also add the actual production document content pack via Google Doc URL, and then it should also notify me that the prompt key content pack mastery had been ran, aka this mastery prompt had been ran. And then it should also let me know what prompt version this was, right? So let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. Now, this does take a little bit of time, especially for the OpenAI ChatGPT. So Whisper takes like a couple minutes, but essentially you can see how this is able to actually save us a lot of time. So for example, while this is running, let me just show you. This YouTube channel is a channel that I built about a year ago, and I have tons of content. I have tons of content on this YouTube channel. I think I have about 50 videos, and they're all long form videos. So let me pause this. Oops. Well, didn't want to go there. But this is a channel that I made. And yeah, I have 79 videos, but something that you're going to quickly notice is that a lot of these videos are very long form content. So one of the reasons why I really wanted to make this automation was because I noticed I was making a lot of long form content, but I wasn't posting it on LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, X Threads. So now I'm starting to actually see the value of this and how I can actually automate this, right? And one of the reasons why I didn't do it is simply because it was tedious. Now, as you can see, the workflow automation has ran. One of the ways that we know that it ran, it says 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 across the board. That lets us know that it ran, but the true test is actually going to be to check the what the work that it did and make sure that it actually completed all these steps that I needed it to do. Now checking back row 19, it says ready for review. That ready for review is an important part within having an actual human like me, like you, review this work, right? So ready for review. And the two main documents or links that I want to focus on is number one, I want to make sure that this is in the right folder. As you can see, it gave me the folder URL. I can then click in here and see, oh wow, my repurposing test 16 content is already organized. So you can see how having this step of making sure that it's organized will be a lot easier when you start, posting videos and actually running this automation. It's able to keep everything nice and organized. I can click in here, and then as you can see, I have my content ready for me to post. Of course, always got to go through and review it, make sure that it looks good, and make sure that it's following what I like. So just read through some of this. Like for example, they told me PPC was just click chasing noise. I learned fast that the strategy disguised as creativity, etc., etc. My first real break came. So you can see how this post, I could actually make this post on LinkedIn, also with the frameworks and all that good stuff, right? So that's pretty much how this is. So this is pretty much what the workflow is in a nutshell. So one video can actually work as publishing for a week. So a practical publishing week could look like Monday, you publish the LinkedIn video post, and then Tuesday, you record the short form script for TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn videos. Wednesday, you send the newsletter. Thursday can then publish the framework post, and then Friday can use the Kantian angle to start a discussion. So the hook and the quotes support thumbnails, graphics, as well as future posts. So the idea, it consists of the same idea, which is reinforced without copying the identical caption everywhere. So each platform receives a format that matches how people consume their information within that platform. So what must remain human, right? So a person could still verify facts, review unsupported claims, refine the opening, check the creator's voice, decide whether the call to action is appropriate, and approve the final content before any piece of content goes out to repurpose. AI can then accelerate the first draft in the organization. So, of course, always want to leave in the human judgment to really protect the credibility of the brand. So, when is this worth building? So I would say that this system really makes the most sense for businesses who already create long form content and has a clear audience and a clear offer, but loses the time, doesn't necessarily have that time to do the repetitive repurposing work, right? So if there is no source material, no point of view, no review and process, automation will simply multiply weak inputs. So if you already create YouTube videos, podcasts, webinars, training, interviews, educational purposes, things like that, your best idea only lives in one place, right? So feel free to message me the word repurpose or book a call with me, and I will help you identify what can be reused and which channels would matter the most for your business, as well as what practical content workflow, what a practical content workflow could look like for your business. So make sure to subscribe to follow the build as I move through phase 1 into phase 2, which will be the creator discovery engine.